I refuse to see an alchemist. You want to meet a real outlaw? Look at what they charge.
Crude amusements for fools and traitors. You'd do well to spend more time in the cathedral. Our beloved Grand Sermonizer has been taken from us! Desperate. Well, this is awkward. I suppose you're wondering, who is this beautiful masked woman, and what is she doing sneaking about Kvatch? The answer is as clear as that cute little nose on your face. I'm here to assassinate someone. We have that in common, if I'm not mistaken. Don't play coy with me, at least not about this. I know you're with the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not, but I'm no threat to you. My target is a corrupt noble of House Lalu. He fled Narcissus, caused something of a scandal. Care to give me a hand? Well, this is your territory after all. I don't want to rankle your superiors by making a social blunder. You're new to the Brotherhood, right? Here's your chance to make a good impression. I'll kill my target, and you can take the credit. Smashing! I do adore a cooperative accomplice. Besides, this will give us a chance to get to know each other better. You do want to get to know me better, don't you? After all, who wouldn't? I thought about entering the castle, but I have the kind of face everyone always remembers. Beautiful. So I was thinking you go inside, sneak into Dathus's room, and open the secret passage. Then I hop in and take care of business. Right to business? Oh, very well. Dathus Ilrum of House Lalu is one of those blood-sucking creatures that needs to be crushed beneath a heavy boot. He believed fleeing from Morrowind would put him out of reach, but here I am, contract and all. Seemed like bad form to spill all the gory details. Suffice it to say, he swindled some rather important clients and had the audacity to steal from House Lalu itself. The last straw was when he closed 2 orphanages to open a corner club. I don't. Not to deal with Dathus. But I do enjoy sleep. And that's hard to come by when the Brotherhood sends assassins in the night. Better they never see me. If it comes down to it, I'd hate to have to kill anyone without the proper paperwork.
Another distraction.
Well?
What?
Look the other way for some people.
Seems
but
silly to
not
gain a
for
bounty
you.
for that, but you will.
Wake, wake, my darling. You can sleep when you're dead, which will be sooner than you think.
What? Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
A better question would be, are you here to kill me?
Guards! Guards!
The answer, of course, is most definitely yes. And that saves me the trouble of alerting the castle's defenders. Do me a favor, hero, and make sure someone notices you on your way out.
Try anything illegal, and I summon the guard.
But they'll never silence her voice. Her sermons will live on. It's all right to be angry, you faithful of Akatosh. Just perhaps with a little less zeal, until some of this blows over. It's all right to be angry, you faithful of Akatosh.
Merchandise.
What is it?
That went surprisingly well. It's amazing what can be accomplished when trusted associates collaborate to get a job done. House Lalu won't recover the gold he embezzled, but at least Dethus won't be tearing down any more orphanages. And you should join me. I find that a warm fire, a strong drink, and a hot bath, not necessarily in that order, help me unwind after a contract. Besides, this is Kvatch. You can pray, or you can pray, or you can drink. I prefer the latter. Not a one hero, but they saw you. Those striking features will be the talk of Kvatch for the next few days. I'd avoid the guards if I were you. Our plan worked flawlessly. Now I won't have to look over my shoulder for the Brotherhood. Thank you. Back to Morrowind, I suppose. Or maybe I'll stick around the Gold Coast for a while, see the sights, take in the ambiance. If you have some free time, hero, let's get together. Work on our mutual cooperation. Who knows, you might even enjoy it.
I bring an urgent message from Rhea Opacarius, Chief Oracle of the Twilight Queen Azura. Best discuss that with Rhea. Too many eyes and ears here. She awaits you in the cloud...
If I may be of service.
Well?
the Grand Sermonizer, called home to Akatosh before her time. Oh, the trials heaped upon
You look rather well equipped. Your weapons, of course. Don't want to get booted from an establishment for using the wrong words again. Are you here about my notice? If that's the case, you're the first suitable candidate to approach me. I do hope your curiosity turns into acquiescence. For the job, of course. I never mean to imply anything else. I need to stop a murderer. Now, before you say, a murderer, just point me in the right direction, I have to admit, it's not that simple. Yes, let me explain. This killer announces his intentions long before he strikes, putting the fear of Mer and men in his victims. You'd think with a warning they could avoid their fate, but alas, no. All dead. In the most heinous manner imaginable. A message in an innocent sweet roll. Now he's targeted my associates. This scroll lists everyone who's recently received the threatening pastry. Talk to them and learn their connection before the killer strikes. Discover the link that connects these individuals and you'll find their murderer, hopefully while they're still alive. Do this for me, and I promise you'll like the reward I'm offering. Gold isn't the only favor I'm willing to provide. I'm a respected member of the Gold Coast Trading Company. When I heard that a number of my most trusted associates, as well as other individuals in the area, received one of these tainted sweet rolls, I knew I had to do something. Word gets around. There have been rumors of this sweet roll killer for quite some time. But when one of my associates wound up dead after receiving a delicious baked good, I started making the connection. Not in the least. They really are delicious. No, what makes them so insidious are the tiny notes they contain. A veiled threat and a prediction of impending doom. It's ruining our profits, my tasty friend. And that's something I can't abide. Oh, it's been nothing but a parade of beggars and unworthy miscreants, I assure you. If the lot of those ugly Ogrim lovers were on that list, I guarantee I wouldn't be offering this reward. You, on the other hand, seem to be perfect for the job. Deputized thugs and warrior priests, no thank you. I already have more than enough hands in my gold pouch, what with the demands of business and all. Besides, I'd rather keep this between you and me. It's so much more intimate, don't you agree?
Our beloved Grand Sermonizer has been taken from us! Just perhaps with a little less zeal until some of
The jaunt.
Are you talking to me? Why in the world would you ask me about that? I'm just a beggar, you know, I beg. Spare some gold? Look, you better not try anything. There are guards everywhere. What did I do wrong? People are supposed to ignore beggars. Just walk on by like they don't exist. But not you. Oh, you want to help. Will you just go away and leave me alone? I don't want any trouble. But if you must know, yes. I received one of those terrible predictions. Are you happy now? Because... Oh, never mind. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this. Look, you stay here and look for another beggar to bother. I'm going... someplace else. Now leave me alone, or you're... Don't you dare follow me! I've got some apples and I know how to use them!
But they'll never silence her voice. Her sermons will live on! Just perhaps with a little less zeal until some of this blows over. Just when I needed some company.
I am no fool. I hope you realize that.
I don't buy stolen goods. Isn't it rude?
Yes, I'm that Efragar. Accidentally burned down one tree in Valenwood and it follows you everywhere. You'd think no one ever mistakenly cast a firebolt among the trees before. 1 or 2 lousy trees! Or 20. Stupid Green Pact.
So, does the crow bark at midnight? Oh, never mind. I thought you were someone else. Forget I said anything. I'm not one of the king's spies. Psh, who said anything about spies? Not me.
Trading here.
Buying and selling.
You there. How would you like to do something worthwhile?
I told you, don't you dare follow me. I've got some apples and I know how to use them.
Only the finest merchandise.
They've done it. They've dropped the axe on Knight Commander Pampier.
I found the sweet roll killer, Commander. Help!
I don't think this is what Raz meant when he said, be discreet. Raz is thinking this spy business might not work out for the Lady Elf. At the first sign of trouble, she lights herself on fire, screams at the top of her lungs, and runs in circles. Raz does not remember that technique in the handbook. The work of the Queen's eyes, that's what's going on here. That business with Captain Apinia wrapped up so quickly, Raz decided to look into another matter before heading home. Turns out, this other matter has eluded Raz for many years. The locals call him the Sweet Roll Killer, yes? Much better than our term. The one who predicts your death and then stabs you in the face. Raz sees that you're looking into this as well. Perhaps we can exchange notes, help each other out. The Rat Master has ears everywhere, and who knows who our stabby-faced killer is. Don't want to give away our plans before we formulate them, yes? Raz suggests we go somewhere more private, once you finish your investigation. Raz and Lady Elf will meet you in our safe house after you finish your tasks. We've commandeered the Enchanter's shop. Not the most luxurious hiding place, but this one has had worse. We're going to have a glorious adventure, just like old times.
Not you too. Can't you people just leave me alone? I come out here to think, and all I get is suspicious glances and unfounded accusations. You know I'm a baker, correct? So who else could be the sweet roll killer? Oh, imbeciles. Despite the threats and the loss of business, I did receive one of those menacing sweet rolls. The note inside even predicts my impending death. Would it do any good? From what I've heard, everyone who receives these prognosticating pastries dies, despite the explicit warnings. Who am I to suppose I can avoid the fate that so clearly awaits me? I met some of them when they came to accuse me of sending the threatening baked goods. As if I'm the only baker capable of making sweet rolls in the entire Gold Coast. They ran, they hid, they avoided others, and then they died. Each and every one. Seriously? Well, good luck with that. I truly wish you well. All the same, I'll continue with my chosen course of action, seeing as how no one has been able to stop the sweet roll killer so far. Unless, of course, thank you so much for agreeing with my very personal decision. Now, if you're done interrogating me, I'd like to finish this peaceful moment before I return to work. And most likely die horribly, just as the sweet roll predicted.
It's all right to be angry, you faithful of Akatosh.
I love wandering the merchant stalls, examining all the goods that we helped bring to the Gold Coast. I get a certain amount of pleasure from experiencing the result of all my paperwork and negotiations. How did you know about that? I didn't tell anyone. Of course, it was delivered to the trading company building, so I suppose someone could have seen it arrive. Yes, I received a sweet roll. Came in a small box. At first, I thought nothing of it. I took a bite and found a slip of paper inside, with a message, but it didn't sound very threatening. Not until you mentioned it. Tomorrow is your last day in Kvatch. I just assumed I'd be going to Anvil in a few days, for business. Riemann? I'd rather not discuss my relationship with Riemann if you don't mind. He's everything I abhor about a certain class of trader. Greedy, self-indulgent, and interested in nothing more than increasing his hoard of gold. What? You really think so? I've heard of the sweet roll killer, sure, but why would he target me? I think I'd better just keep doing what I've been doing. Remain in the market, near all the merchants and their customers. That's safe, right? But there was that wood elf merchant we worked with. I found him floating in a river not far from here. He got a sweet roll with a message. Kept to his daily routine despite the warning. Then, one day, he never showed up at the trading company. You were? Well, that makes me feel so much better. If anyone can stop the sweet roll killer, I imagine it will be someone just like you. I'm going to finish my tour of the merchant stalls, unless you think that's unwise. That's excellent advice, friend. I'll stay in the market until closing time, and then I'll head over to the Gold Coast Trading Company building. That place is built like a fort.
Champions of the Kvatch Arena, the Order of the Hour!
Oh, hello. Careful where you step. I just planted some seeds, and I'd hate to have to start all over again. But you didn't come over to hear me complain. What can I help you with today? A sweet roll? How do you know about... Yes, I received a sweet roll, just as my husband did before he disappeared. What interests are my troubles to you, I wonder? Really? Did Riemann hire you? How kind. Though why he cares now when he couldn't have been bothered after my husband vanished makes me curious as to his true intentions. Perhaps fate will take a different course. Certainly I didn't predict your involvement. I thought I did. Well, no. I don't know him that well. I mean, I know people like him. Liars and cheaters who use people and take advantage of their giving nature. So Riemann hired you to stop the murderer. I find that to be very interesting. My husband, he received one of those sweet rolls with the message inside, just like I did. The dire prediction frightened him, I can tell you that. He gathered weapons and locked himself in his study. But he still disappeared without a trace. No, not even a drop of blood to remember him by. But my husband was just one of a series of murders linked to this sweet roll killer. It's been going on for months and months, and now Riemann suddenly cares? I wonder why he's had a change of heart. No. The others who received the sweet rolls, I'm sure they need more help than me. I've got a house in Anvil. I can hide there until you catch the murderer. Just watch out for that Riemann. His own interests are more important to him than anything else.
What is it?
Raz knew you would find us. It's not much, but it's private. The enchanter is an old friend. I helped her out once when an enchantment went bad. Made most of Raz's fur fall out. Very embarrassing. Still, now we get this comfy meeting place. Raz has seen these types of killings before. A victim receives a sweet roll that contains a prediction of impending doom, then is murdered a few days later. The murderer killed several of the Queen's advisors and then escaped. Made Raz look bad. So much doubt! Haven't you figured out that Raz is perfect yet? But yes, I fear we're dealing with the same monster. Luckily, my apprentice received a sweet roll. That means we can set a trap. There's just one problem. Alright, probably more than one. But what concerns Raz is the network of messengers the killer is using to deliver his gifts. They've placed notes in the oddest locations. Raz fears these actions indicate the killer plans to strike, and soon. We locate a messenger and figure out what they've been placing around town. Maybe even get them to lead us right to the killer. Meet Raz outside and we'll track them together. What about her? Oh, Raz sees what you're getting at. She'll stay here and hopefully not wind up murdered. She's still in training, and we haven't gotten to the use of weapons yet. Last time I gave her a dagger, she almost put out her eye. Raz doesn't think that's such a good idea. But he will give the lady elf a little knife, just in case. Now, let's go track down a killer.
You're going to just leave me here? You do know I've been targeted for death, right?
Raz forgot how much he hates working out in the open. Raz saw one of the suspicious messengers near the hedge maze to the southwest. Why the city has a hedge maze is a mystery for another day, yes.
Don't look away.
A coded message. Raz hates riddles. You'll figure it out, yes?
Release the gladiators! What's this? New challengers have entered the arena. Cheer or boo, it's up to you. The challengers stand victorious. Hold on. The arena master is signaling for a main event. Now the real contest begins. Challengers, prepare to face the champions of the Kvatch Arena, the Order of the Hour!
The Grand Sermonizer, called home to Akatosh before her time. Oh, the trials heaped upon Akatosh's faithful servants. But Akatosh and his primate will guide us through these troubling times. We just have to have faith, my friends. And maybe a little wine.
believe it. The challengers have bested the order of the hour, chap. No! I spoke too soon! Knight Commander Pentheus demands to meet these challengers in battle!
These notes should lead us to whoever commissioned this research. There must be a clue. Read them again.
Only the finest wares here. Goods at fair prices.
Did you hear? The entire wedding party vanished. But the groom and some stranger rescued them all from oblivion.
The murderer!
You really shouldn't break into a house that someone has already broken into. Where's your sense of honor, Razandar?
Ah, of course. The beautiful darkness. Wait, is Naryu the sweet roll killer? Raz would be sad to have to kill you now.
Well, I am a killer, but I'm not the killer. And what's that one doing here? This has nothing to do with the Brotherhood.
Raz is confused. You better talk to Naryu so we can figure out what's going on.
If you and your Brotherhood comrades sent me that sweet roll, I'm truly disappointed. I thought you'd realize by now that I don't take kindly to threats. Besides, it's hard not to look good in tight leather without being tempted by tasty pastries. No one knew I was on the Gold Coast. No one except you. Suddenly, someone delivers a sweet roll with my name on it and a note predicting my untimely demise. It looks like you betrayed me. Give me a reason not to run you through. So you followed my messengers and found me instead? Ever since I received the threatening sweet roll, I've been looking into other targets, trying to figure out who knows me and why they want to kill me. Well, why they want to kill me this time. Everyone who received one of the menacing sweet rolls is traveling to Anvil for one reason or another. Seems to me, if the killer is smart, that's where he'll make his move. As a matter of fact, I'm headed there now. No one threatens me and lives. Just don't get in my way. I'm still trying to figure out your game in all this. But we've worked well together in the past. Might as well take advantage of that. I'll confer with Raz to make sure he and I see eye to eye, and we'll meet you in Anvil.
Well?
Don't look away.
I'm sure her apprentice just ran off. Probably better she's gone when the killer comes round anyway.
Yarmia never flees at the first sign of trouble. Second, yes, but first? Plus, she always comes back. Raz has a bad feeling.
We all have bad feelings. It's inevitable. I'll have my eyes and ears around town watch for her, if it makes you feel any better.
Raz appreciates that. And people say you're a stone-cold harlot. But not Raz. Why did Raz give Elf Apprentice a weapon? Now she's missing and the sharp blade was just lying on the floor. Now you think she ran away, but Raz knows better. Whoever has Yarmia, Raz will find them, and then they will experience so much pain. Raz wants to disagree with you, but he cannot. Naryu and Raz will find the other targets, hide them in Engra's hostel, where we can keep an eye on them. In the meantime, Raz has something he'd like you to do. Go back to the beginning. Talk to Riemann, the one who hired you. Raz thinks he knows more than he's said. Go to the Gold Coast Trading Company and see what he's hiding. Hurt him if you must. Just make...
Look, the guard better give me a cut of your bounty. After all, you put me through.
This is your fault. I never should have hired you. What was I thinking? Because of you, the killer decided that I was a threat. Sent my own sweet roll with a message inside. Then she cut me with... I found her on one of my trading expeditions. She talked of visions, how they helped her shape the ripples of fate. Crazy talk, but useful. You understand? I could point her at a target, like an arrow. Set her loose and watch them die. Not anymore, obviously. You mentioned my name. Shouldn't have done that. She knows I betrayed her. Knows I sent you to eliminate her. Hid my involvement in all this. I knew it the moment I arrived in Anvil and saw the sweet roll waiting for me. You met her. The gardener. She has a farmhouse southeast of Anvil. But she won't be there for long. I'm dying, and it's your fault. I hope you realize I'm not going to pay you for this.
I will report you to the guard if I have to.
Only the finest merchandise.
I'm desperate.
Finest merchandise around.
Hold! Please, this doesn't have to get ugly. Just pay your bounty, and we can both walk away. Oh God! I don't want to die!
Watch where you step. I'm not...
The Grand Sermonizer.
You look rather well. Discover the link. Not in the least. My sincerest apologies. Word get. Not in the least. They.
I love wandering the merchant stalls, examining all the goods that we helped bring. How did you know about that? I didn't tell anyone. Of course, it was delivered to the trading company building, so I suppose someone could have seen it arrive. Yes, I received a sweet roll. Came in a small box. At first I thought. I took a bite and found a slip. What? You really? There was that wood. Raymond? You were? Well, that makes me feel so much better. If anyone can stop the sweet roll killer, that's excellent.
Not you two. Would it do any good? I met some of them when they came to accuse... No, I have... Seriously? Well, good luck with that. You're suggesting I challenge fate? Alter my comfortable schedule in hopes of avoiding certain death? I suppose that makes a modicum amount of sense. Anvil is nice this time of year, and the pirates do appreciate a good sweet roll.
Maybe a little wine. The Grand Sermonizer, called home to Akatosh before her time.
Oh, hello. A sweet roll. How do you know about... Yes, I received a sweet roll. Just as my husband did before he disappeared. Really? Did Riemann hire you? How kind. Though I thought I did. My husband? No, not even a drop of... No. The others who...
What do you want?
Are you talking? Don't you dare follow me! I've got some apples and I know how to use them!
I could use a break.
I found the sweet row killer, Commander! Help!
Raz is the work of the local, the rat, Raz and... Raz knew you would find us. Raz has... so... All right, we'll locate... What about her? Oh, Raz sees what you're getting at. Raz is glad you agree. Weapon safety is very important. Raz forgot how much he hates working out in the... Raz saw one of the suspicious messengers near the hedge maze to the southwest. Why the city has a hedge maze is a mystery for another day, yes.
This blows over. Fine goods for sale.
These notes should lead us to whoever commissioned this research. There must be.
Don't let that scoundrel get away! How could you? Someone help! Why would you do something like that?
You really shouldn't break into a house that someone has already broken into. Where's your sense of honor, Razandar?
Ah, of course. The beautiful darkness. Wait.
You're
If
nothing
not
but a criminal,
the
you
sweet
fetcher.
roll killer, Raz would be sad.
Is that a bounty I see on your head? Why, yes, I believe it is.
Raz is confused. You better talk to Naryu so we can figure out what's going on here.
If you and your brother just don't get in my way.
I'm not used.
If you stare at that statue any harder, Raz, your eyes will pop right out of your head.
Raz is just admiring the beautiful mermaid. It is so large and shapely.
Is the cat always like this?
Actually, this is one of Raz's good days.
Good. We're all here. Now the real fun can start. Raz and I have been discussing our options. At least when I can get him to take his eyes off the mermaid. I'm eager to see who the murderer really is. Mostly so I can kill him. Already have one hero. Raz wants the Wood Elf and I to stick close so he can watch out for us. We'll gather the rest of the targets and get them to safety. I'd prefer to let the killer find me and finish this, but the cat is very insistent. I don't trust Riemann. He hired you to look into all this, but I think he knows more than he told you. Go to the Gold Coast Trading Company and find out whatever you can about this fool. He makes my ears tingle, which tells me he's hiding something. Never met the man, but Raz filled me in on the details. I had my eyes and ears around town do some digging. They confirmed that Riemann visited with all the targets right before he hired you. My guess is he never told you about a lot of things. That's why I want you to go and take a closer look at him. Get rough if you have to, but make sure he tells you everything he knows. You might have the key we need to stop the Sweet Roll Killer. Oh, I'd enjoy a little rough play with you, hero. But for now, I want you to go learn more about Riemann, preferably while holding a blade to his throat. He met with all of the Sweet Roll Killer's targets except me. And I want to know why that is.
I'm desperate.
Come, do your trading here.
What?
This is your fault. I never should have hired you. What was I thinking? Because of you, the killer decided that I was a threat. Sent my own sweet roll with a message inside. Then she cut me with her poison. I found her on one of my trading expeditions. She talked of visions, how they helped her shape the ripples of fate. Not anymore, obviously. You mentioned my name. Shouldn't have done that. You met her. The gardener.
This is wearisome indeed.
Raz must happily report that we found almost all of the killer's targets. The only one still missing is the Dark Elf Gardener. Perhaps this villain isn't as formidable as Raz had feared. But you have other news for us, yes? Really? Raz is impressed. Did you threaten and cajole? It's Riemann, correct? We can go to the inn, get drunk, and put this sorry affair behind us. Wait. Riemann isn't a her. The gardener? No wonder Raz couldn't find her. But we're wasting time. If you know where the murderer is, we should get moving. Let's go dunk this sweet roll killer in the bitter milk of justice. Raz has made a deal with the Anvil Guard. It took more gold than Raz expected, but these people will be taken care of while we're away.
You there!
Last time a criminal fled, I sent him to the dirt. All right, carry on.
Raz thinks this place is too quiet. Good spot for an ambush, yes.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I could use a good fight right about now.
You send very mixed messages, Nario. One moment you're flirting, the next you're stabbing. It's very confusing.
Well, that's only because you assume the two are different, Rosm dear.
Raz suspects that all this quiet hides unpleasant surprises. Tread lightly, Sharpclaw. Place was quiet and empty when we arrived. To be fair, we haven't checked any of the buildings yet. Raz wanted to wait for you. No one wants to miss their own party, yes?
The threads of fate align! Kill them now!
Oh, good. Raz has found them.
Circle around!
Enough! Too much blood has been spilled. You've won. I know that. So sheathe your weapons and come inside. I knew you'd find me. The fates told me so. But the climax isn't certain. There are many paths before us. You don't know how much I despise that name. I am a fate bearer, one of the select few who can see what the future holds and then do something about it. Each of my targets has the potential to cause unmitigated disasters. I stop them. Good and evil has no bearing on my visions. It's their actions that concern me. Each causes a ripple that radiates through time until a disaster occurs. Economic collapse, the death of a prominent leader, a queen betrayed. I had to stop them. Her fate is the worst of all. Her daughter causes the world to burn, or she could. The future is a fluid thing. I have seen my escape and my death, both possible at this moment, and both championed by each of your allies. But the choice is yours. For now, if you let me live, I'll call off the other fate bearers. There's always a chance the future will change. We'll all hope for the best and assume they'll have long lives. But if you kill me, my brethren will find and kill them, eventually.
I can't believe you're even considering this. Did you hear how crazy she sounded? Damn right you do. She's crazy as a cracked mud crab. All her talk about fate and the future, and what she said about me. I don't have a daughter. I hate children. It's never going to happen. Any way you look at it, Luna has to die. What about them? She's going to kill again, and she's going to come back for us. She thinks we're going to wreck the world. If we save a few now, how many more will she kill later? I say end her life and be done with it.
Raz heard the nonsense that spilled out of the killer's mouth. Why are we even considering bargaining with this crazy dark elf? Well, yes, there is that. Raz changed his mind. Bargaining should be considered. We have to do whatever we can to keep these people safe. Besides, we can always resume the hunt another day. Raz trusts her as much as he can balance on his own tail, which is not at all. He has tried. But these fate bearers, they won't stop until they eliminate each and every target, including Yarbia. Raz cannot let that happen. So Raz says, let her.
Have you come to a decision? Have you chosen which fate will come to pass today? Either those I targeted receive the time to alter their destinies, or you kill me and damn them all. Tell us, and end the suspense, if you please. Then out with it. Don't leave us all in suspense. Which of the possible fates have you decided to favor with your decision? I accept your decision and will not resist. Just know that you are damning your people. None of you will be safe from the Fate Bearers. You will be hunted and killed. The future will happen as it has been foreseen. It says so in your sweet roll.
Well, that's one way to handle the situation.
It's better this way. She can't hurt anyone if she's dead.
But what about her Fate Bearers? Raz fears this might just be the beginning.
We'll manage. One less of whatever they call themselves is one less we have to deal with late. I need a drink. Join me at the Kvatch Inn, and we'll say a proper goodbye.
Daedric magic at the Edrald estate? I'm just glad you were able to close that portal. You name it, I'll pour it.
Well, look who's here. Afraid I'd leave without giving you a goodbye kiss. After all we've been through, and that's the very first thing you want to say to me? To be fair, it's very comfortable, and it looks great on me. It's the uniform of my organization. They expect me to dress the part when I arrive back home. Vardenfell. It's far from here, but I have friends and family there. It'll be good to see them again. Besides, I hear my organization has big plans in the works. Can't blame me for wanting to be a part of all that. I haven't forgotten what the Sweet Royal Killer said. Her words will probably haunt me for the rest of my life. But it's my life, and I plan on living it. I'll deal with the Fate Bearers when the time is right. For now, I just wanted to thank you. Don't get all sentimental on me, hero. We both have our paths to follow. Damn, that sounded like a Fate Bearer, didn't it? Look, let me leave you with a single kiss. One really good kiss. If you ever want another one, come find me in Vardenfell.
Hey, no, but... Well, what have we here? You certainly don't look like one of those red sails extortionists that have been bleeding me dry. I can abide fees at an honest port, but Anvil presents a non-stop barrage of whatever the governor's lackeys feel like enforcing. Uneven gangplank fees, loose mooring taxes, barnacle inspection. You're not from around here, are you? Care to help me turn the tide on these crooks, then? I happen to know that their swindler of a dockmaster doesn't trust his gold to Anvil's banks. If you help me pay the fool out of his own pocket, you can keep the lion's share of the bounty. I don't know precisely where Kamar hides his gold, but I do know the lazy oaf uses a few trusted lackeys to deliver deposits when he can't be bothered. They often dice on the docks. If you're convincing, I'm sure they'll reveal the location to you. I'm going to be your distraction. I'm expecting the dockmaster to make his rounds soon, and he's not going to be happy that I haven't paid my fees yet.
I'll keep him here arguing with me while you secure his ill-gotten gold. Kamar's a braggart, and he drinks like a Nord. That's a combination for folly if ever there was one. He gave away his secret while trying to drink me under the table. I remember the exchange. He does not. Too bad for him, yes? I'm going to be your distraction.
Well? Another 20 then, unless that's too rich for you.
I'm on my break. Leave me to my game. Seek another for your troubles. I only wish to dice in peace. Wait, let's not be hasty. Here's where he keeps his gold. Take a little...
That's 3 times, Gurg. Let me see those dice.
Never complain until your dice are full.
Luck is like a guar password. You have to be careful where you step.
Yeah. What she said.
Shut your face.
What's the meaning of this? Don't make me call the guard.
Next time, I'll wound more than just their pride. A moment, Kamar. I have a visitor. My friend, you've arrived at a bad time. I'm playing host to the King of Skeevers, and he hasn't the sense to know that he's outstayed his welcome. Ha! Negotiations! Call it what it is. A ransom. Extortion. It would save us so much time if they just dropped the pretenses and robbed me. Good work. Let me pay this fool and get rid of him.
I'm tired of your complaining. Pay what you owe, or the Red Sails will seize this ship.
Fine. Take your ransom and choke on it.
There now. Was that so difficult?
Difficult is keeping my claws from ripping out your throat. I almost bit my tongue trying not to laugh. Kamar doesn't so much strut as slosh about like a half-filled water skin. He's completely oblivious to the misfortune that just visited him. It's too much. It was what he expected of me. Being too quick to accept defeat may have aroused his suspicion. He seemed convinced, so he may not notice the theft for some time, let alone suspect us as the culprits. Here, that's most of what's left after I paid off that walking canker. Thanks to you, I might break even on this voyage. Enjoy your time in Anvil, friend. I hope to never see these despicable docks again. It'll be good to have the wind in my fur and the sea air in my nose again. I can't wait to set sail and put Anvil behind me. Profitable and dangerous. I'm happy to continue ferrying troops for the easy gold. But when the Queen commands us to show our claws, we oblige. Many a captain has made the mistake of dismissing the Prowler as a threat to my benefit.
What do you want?
Don't look away.
when your time comes. As promised.
Nothing.